So this week I have spent at least 3 days crying. And I say that and I share this because it's so unlike me. I have a bit of a childhood mantra that says, I don't do crying. And that, to be fair, is a story for a whole nother day. My name's Antoinette and I go live every Sunday and share with you whatever has been percolating in my mind that week. So I love this quote by Johnny Depp, who says, people cry not because they're weak, but because they've been strong for too long. And that really, really resonates with me. I think that having had nearly 2 weeks being on retreat, decreasing my cortisone levels, decreasing the high levels of adrenaline, actually decluttering all the things that were swirling around in my mind, and then getting to a place where I was just distilled around 1 or 2 things was amazing. But coming back to reality just hit me with a nasty bump. And I don't know if you've ever felt like this, but I just looked around by the end of Tuesday and thought, I don't think I feel safe in any area of my life right now. I'd had a really frightening letter from HMRC, and I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to HMRC. I'm fully compliant in everything I do, so I don't know why, but it's just a thing that confounds me. Just every sphere of my life felt like I was having to conform, perform, hide myself. Oh, excuse me, I got the sneezes, case of the sneezes. And so I found myself in just a tearful mess. And the whole range of tears, by the way, the big sobby ones, the ones that when you're talking to someone and you realise, oh, there's water leaking out of my eye, the quiet snivelling at bedtime, the I'm watching a comedy, but oh no, I'm still crying kind of tears. So it's been a messy old week for me, and none of that makes me feel joyful, you can imagine. But there you have it. So I spent some time journaling eventually, but actually most helpfully after talking to a couple of really close friends. And I had a range of opinions thrown at me this week, from just burn it all down, Daniel, to pack it all in, to, well, you know, you've got to soldier on, you've got all these things that you're responsible for, soldier on, to the tough love, just put up and shut up. You know, none of them in those extreme phraseologies, but that was the essence of it all. And to be honest, I'd been veering towards the burn it down lane. I just thought, having experienced a taste of being on retreat, I'm just going to go and pack my bags and ride off into the sunset and, just disappear. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice for all of us? And I'm sure that this is a common thought for so many people, particularly when you're doing the juggle in every area of your life. But I was arrested by this question at church this morning. And the question was, well, surely, if it feels right, it is right, right? If it's good for you, then it's good, right? Basically every man and dog for himself. Like, as long as you're happy, what does it matter? Do what makes you happy. Live your life of joy. And so I really got thinking about that. I mean, I've been thinking quite a lot about what's the way forwards out of this? What's the manageable way of being? If it feels right, it's right, is not right. So imagine a world where if we all lived in a way that most pleased us, where there was no compromise, no sacrifice, no looking out for the human being next to you, let alone on the other side of the world. I think that the temperature of this planet would be rising at a far faster rate than it already is. And my chief question this week has been a bit Marie Kondo-ish, like, what gives me joy? And as I said earlier, I made a really interesting week. But what I remembered this morning, and actually what's been kind of coming back through as the week's gone on, is that the source of my joy actually is rooted in God. It's rooted in the Jesus way. And when I'm out of alignment, which I must be, I need to remind myself to get back to basics. I need to remind myself that in a world where everything feels a bit tempestuous, it's apt that this week has been symptomised by Storm Babette and all of the chaos that she has wreaked. My life has felt a bit like that this week, but actually I've had to remember today that even in the middle of all of that, for me, my safe place is in God. And so for you, if your week has been challenging, where can you go, or what do you need to do to find your joy? Answers on a postcard, y'all. Until next Sunday, have a good one.